Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-52439. You know. 205-964-52439. You know.
Good evening and welcome to Flippinar 240. And today's topic is, can you wholesale more than houses? So we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate, where your cash or credit is irrelevant. Low risk, high reward opportunity, which we all love. Adrian and I are here. Renikia should be back next week. But we're here to chop it up. Make sure if you want to join the live stream, text the word Gator to the number 205-964-5243. And we'll get you added to the live stream ASAP. So text the word Gator to the number. TikTok, Instagram, you can see that. All right. We still want to partner with you on deals. 5050 for new instructions on how to do that. Text 5050 to the number. Okay. And we don't ask for much. Please subscribe, like, follow us on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe to the channel, share it, and like it. If you're on YouTube, tap the little bell so you are notified whenever we upload new videos and when we go live, just like we're doing right now. So we're on Monday through Wednesdays, 3:45 to 4 p.m. Eastern. Check local listings. And on Thursdays, which is today, around 8:05 p.m. Eastern. So with all of that being said, over to you, AP.
Okay, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this October Thursday.
13th.
October the 13th.
Almost.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you guys again for joining us. You didn't have to be here, but I'm glad you are here. Please make sure you tag a friend. They still have plenty of time to join us and ask questions in regards to wholesaling real estate with little to no cash or credit, in addition to other creative real estate investment methods. What's going to happen is you post the question in the chat. I'll read the question and Ty will answer the question. As Ty also mentioned, you can join us yourself and hop to the front of the line, ask your question along with any other follow-up questions that you may have by simply texting that word Gator to 205-964-5243. So Sahara, hopefully I said that right. Yvette, True Fist of the North Star, David, let's see here, D White, Mika Thick Madam, Adrian Johnson, thank you guys for joining, and those on Instagram and TikTok, along with Marlon Reed and Keeping Up with Moni. Thank you all for being here. Go ahead and start posting those questions and I will search for the very first one. Let's see here. D White, simply put, how do I get started flipping?
Wow. Okay. How do you get started flipping? So you've started. If you're here, you've made the decision to start to educate yourself. The purpose of education is so you can know what to do. And so that's what we're going to help provide that information, that opportunity for you. Now, everything you need to know is right here on my YouTube channel for free. If you text the word VIP or the letters VIP to the number 205-964-5243, that playlist of videos is a selected playlist to try to get your knowledge base to where it needs to be. Now, you're still going to have to tackle more of the videos, but you can also take advantage of our daily live streams that we're here Monday through Wednesday. 3:45, 4 p.m. Eastern, where you can get your questions answered for free. What's better than that? And then at 8:05 on Thursdays, as you are here right now, around 8:05. So, boom.
All right. Thank you for answering that question there. Come on, guys, go ahead and start posting those questions in there. Adrian Johnson says, good evening, ladies and very nice gentlemen. Thank you. You didn't get the notification. Moni says she didn't get the notification.
Well, what you need to do, Monique, is basically if you're on YouTube, you need to, if you're subscribed, you need to tap the little bell on my channel and select all. So now that should allow you to get, anytime that I upload something to YouTube, you get the notification, and that's for anyone. So you have to take that extra step with YouTube when you subscribe. Tap the little bell, then you select all, and boom.
All right, thank you. Mika Thick Madam says, good evening, everyone. And Shamika, if that's you down there, I see your profile picture, but I do not see you. As soon as I see you come on board, I will bring you on so you can ask your question. Thank you. Let's see here. So Mika Thick Madam says, it's my first time wholesaling vacant land and I can really use your help. So what are some key pointers that you need to remember when wholesaling land?
Wow, boy. Today I did a live stream with the Hive Mind community with Daniel and my man Anthony. Just blew my mind today. They really were interviewing to, hey, what you got going on, your story, blah, blah, blah. But I already knew because of before we, put that together, I knew their thing was land. So I'm more interested in what they got going on than what I have, versus what they think I have going on. So a great thing about land is the first says she actually has it under contract?
Doesn't say.
Okay. So it'd be hard for me to answer the question without knowing a little bit more about the property. But the main thing is with land, like with any real estate, you have to know at least some type of value on it to be able to structure it where you can make some money on it, right? And so a simple thing you can do is go to Zillow and search for that zip code and see if you can see any properties that are currently for sale. And they don't have to be the exact same size as yours. You can sort of do the numbers based on the size that's being advertised for sale, and look at the number of views on one and the days it's been on the market. If you see something with an average of more than 100 views per day, so if you see like 20 days and it has 2,000 views, that's 100 times 20, then that is a lot of interest in it, and it's probably priced right, close to it. Now, if you start to see something with a couple of hundred views on it per day average, then boom. But if you see something with only 5 to 10 views, then it's overpriced. So you want to look at the ones that have a lot of views on it, and that can help. I know that's but that's a free way of doing it. Now you can reach out to land brokers in that area and try to get their opinion on it. And hopefully they know what they're talking about on a similar type property. You don't have to give them an address. You just give them the area where it's located. And a lot of times they'll know. So the way you choose, though, you can use Zillow again and just look for the agents that have a lot of listings that are land listings. And reach out to them, let them know you're interested in buying this property. You would like their opinion on a potential value for it. So,
all right.
Now, there are other factors you need to know about the land, but, that's a start.
All right. Thank you for answering that. Shamika, are you ready to join us? Give me a wave.
Give me a wave. Give me a wave. Now.
There she go. Hey, how you doing tonight?
Hi. That was my question. I was the one that.
Oh. But where's the land located?
It's in Memphis, Tennessee, and it would be my first time wholesaling vacant lots. I've never actually did it, which is crazy because I've had opportunity to do it. I just never realized that it was so lucrative.
What type of neighborhood is it in?
It's close to the Midtown area and east of Memphis. So I've been doing some research in that area. It's a lot of up and coming areas. Properties in that area. A lot of lots were sold. I did send the contract out to him today, and I wanted to partner with you since you have more experience.
Yeah. So So no problem, no problem. So what type of neighborhood is it in? And well, first of all, let me ask, what type of neighborhood? When I say that, is it a neighborhood, a B, C, D? A would be where the most expensive houses are, and a D would be.
It's probably going to be like a C because it's up and coming.
Okay.
So the houses are still selling in that area under 100,000.
Under 100?
Yes.
Okay. And how big is the lot? Do you know the dimensions on it?
I have one that got offer accepted today, but I'm still waiting for her to sign the contract. Other guy, well, both of them waiting for to sign the contract. The one I just sent out to him this morning, that one is, let me see, it's about 6,000 square footage. I have to look at let me see. I have it here actually. It's actually 5,750 square footage. So it's like 1 point from that in that range.
And how much?
We went under contract for about 2,800.
Okay. All right. And so how long do you have on the contract?
I told him about 45 days, 20 days inspection.
Okay. All right. So you say 45 days with 20 days. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So what I would recommend that you do is advertise that property. Advertise it as a owner finance. Well, you could do it too. Well, whenever you do that, you want to advertise it as a owner finance situation, and I would probably say it's owner finance at 10,000. Okay. I mean, the price will be 10,000, but you want a minimum of 3,000 down because that covers your cost to the seller, right? And then maybe I don't know, 10,000, maybe 200 a month, maybe 100 would probably be better. $100 a month, and see if you get any takers on that. And I will put that on Facebook Marketplace to see.
So see that's what the creative part on land. That's what I'm still learning about. Okay, so sell it. What I'm doing is I'm selling. I'm buying the land from the owner, and then I'm going to finance it with the buyer. Is that what you mean when you say like owner financing it?
Yeah. So the buyer with the down payment that you're requesting, the buyer will basically pay for the land, so the seller will be out of it. And then at that point, you're owner financing the rest of it, the other 7,000, at $100 or $200 a month.
Okay.
That's what you pretty much have to do in those areas where the houses are under 100K, because a new build, a new construction, even at $100 a square foot would, it wouldn't make sense or whatever to do.
Right. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, because it's like Midtown is not right next to Midtown, but it's next to Midtown, but it's not in Midtown. So it's like between the East and Midtown. Midtown more is still they're selling in that A and B area where it's like 100. Like I think the properties over there is selling for like 500, 400,000.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, most definitely. That's what you want to do is you want to set up your marketing for owner financing.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That was all I had.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
All right, Mama Lamb. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. How you doing?
Hey. Okay. How are you guys?
Oh, great. What about yourself?
I'm hanging in there, Mr. Flipman. This is all the situations. I feel like, I left from being a private duty nurse for over 15 years. And I'm going back with this real estate, just doing this first year. And I'm finding that I'm just being invited into people's lives more than when I was a private nurse. Because now I'm getting all of their everything. It's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one is this a few questions about this property. She doesn't want to go under contract with me because she's afraid to sell the property because she's been taken care of. This is her first property. Her husband passed. She's a widow and she doesn't live in the property anymore. But the house has been there over 10 years. She's been paying the ADT security. She's been paying the light bill, the sewage. She didn't get anything taken off of it. Didn't even clean out the house entirely. But she has these feral cats that she doesn't want to, I don't know how to put in the contract that these feral cats need to be taken care of. And that's her fear and why it is she doesn't want to sell.
What are feral cats?
Wildcats. The cats.
Yeah, they don't like to be touched.
She probably leaving food out there. You can't, they're not domestic.
Yeah, she's been feeding them every other day. She goes up there with tuna.
Oh,
and they keep coming back to their food source, but they can't. The Humane Society won't take them because they're feral cats. They don't want to be handled by humans.
They leave them where they
are.
They either leave them right where they are.
So how you get rid of them?
You don't.
I'm about to poison them. No, I mean, I love cats. But she's not trying to sell this house to me for $5,000.
Those animal lovers that come in and we can't move them because we can't catch them, but we'll need food. And it just brings more and more cats. And the cats continue to have litters. And so now, there's
like 12.
It's a bad problem. But they're not going to touch them because it's not like a dog, that's aggressive or anything like that they can come and take. Yeah.
She wants me to build a house for the winter for these cats for the outdoor.
Is she saying? Okay, I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. I have in my mind what she already looked like. I'm the little old cat lady on the corner.
I'm struggling here. Like that's nothing.
She doesn't get to decide that.
Yeah, she don't get to decide that. Just period.
Everything is negotiable in real estate. I thought I could put it in the contract of who it is that I sell the house to. She just wants to sell
me this house. I have to allow these 50 cats to still stay there too.
Yeah, so that restricts the deal or whatever.
It's been months. I've been calling this lady twice a week.
Well, let me ask you this: does the price work?
It's $5,000. She's willing to give it to me.
Okay, so what I'm saying, what's the ARV on the house?
Oh man, that the street is really a mess, but I already have a buyer that's willing to pay me $9,000 for it. So that's $4,000. It's really not a good neighborhood. This is the only house on the street that's still in existence.
You made them aware of the cat situation?
Yeah, he said he'll help me build the house, but now she's I don't know what's going on.
The only thing
I don't know what's happening.
If your buyer's on board to deal with the situation, the only thing you can do is just follow up with her every couple of weeks or every month or whatever. But it's just something you're following up on.
But that doesn't work in the contract. I can't put that down in the agreement that he's going to take care of the houses or the cats, right?
You have to ask him. You have to ask him. Is he okay with that part of it?
Okay.
It's that simple.
Okay.
Is he okay with that? Because that's the person that's going to have to deal with that situation.
Right. Okay. Then the next question is about this code violation. So I'm doing code violations here in my county, and I'm only doing the grass. But should I be looking at the building violations as well? Is there anything else on the code violations that I should be looking for potential, like an avenue to go? Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the options are, but I would. If they give you access to it, I would take on whatever they have access to. I just need to know the options on a list like that. So,
So one of the options are a sidewalk. So the sidewalk is broken. And is that considered something that will be worth investigating? I'm just having a hard time with this. Things like a
Um,
sidewalk.
no, that I wouldn't target that now. That that
Okay.
probably half the neighborhoods, half the houses in that area, or whatever. I don't know. I have no idea, but that wouldn't be one of them. Not for me anyway.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
And I'll just do the high grass, weeds sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I would just start there and see how that list pans out.
Okay. All right. And then there's okay, we're gonna skip that one. Then there's the sub two deal that I have under contract. I wanted to know if you can look at this one for me. The ARV that I think it is 60K. Are you doing that today? Looking up houses to see if
Yeah,
I can get a second opinion on whether or not this is a deal. Ooh, you froze up.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm live. Okay, so
Okay.
where we at? Let me see. All right, for those on TikTok and Instagram, what are we? 23 minutes in, 24 minutes in on YouTube. If you want to check out, I'm about to comp this property for her and to be educational. So what's
The
the
address
address?
is 4 Howe, Howe Street, and that's Elrama, ELRAMA, PA 15038.
What is their monthly payment on this?
So it's 437.
Okay.
It's 437 a month.
Uh-huh.
And that's the PITI.
Okay.
And she is not asking for any money. She just wants somebody to take over the payments. I thought that I can get an assignment fee of like 15,000 because she's not asking for anything back on the equity of, she got like 45,000 in equity on this.
So she only owes 15,000.
No, she owes 32,000 to pay off the house. But to take over the payments, I thought it can be like a sub two.
Well, yeah, you can do it that way. You may be able to get 15,000. I don't know, but so let's see what the rental situation is.
It's like $630.
Okay. Well, is this the house?
No, so beside it to the right. So Zillow, yeah, they show that one, but to the right, that small one there, but it's really not small at all.
It's on the river.
Yeah.
Railroad track too,
The
though.
lot size is over 6,000.
So I can't see it. Well, yes, I can. Wait a minute. Is this the right house? Is that the right street? Let me go back. Oh, that's it. Yeah. We're right on the edge here. Okay.
oh.
Is this
No, go. It's behind you.
this way?
Behind
Okay.
you there. Not the big giant, but the green one to the right.
It's this one, right?
Nope.
The
No,
green,
no, no.
the green one to the right.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. It
Yeah.
must be the same address then. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm showing. I don't know if this is accurate on Zillow, but 1,100. You know, anything
Mm,
close to that, that would make it a smoking deal or whatever as far as rental rates. Um, but yeah, so you just have to market that. I think someone to take it off your hand. I'm not sure what the assignment fee would be. I don't know if it would be 15,000 or something like this, maybe 5. I would, be willing to accept 5 for sure. So
okay. Okay. Well, that was it. I'm about to go online with it. I'm about to broadcast it online on, Facebook Marketplace. Um, but yeah, I should go ahead and do that. I'd contacted my buyers list, and I thought I had somebody, and then I didn't. So yeah, no, I'm not getting any bites on it that way.
yeah, just market it. I think people love owner finance situation. So I think you have an opportunity to make some money.
All righty. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes,
No
Okay,
ma'am.
have
worries.
a
Good
good
luck
night.
to you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Mhm.
Have a good
thanks.
one.
Yep.
Where'd she say she was?
Um,
Detroit.
no, I know
Where?
she's not in Detroit. I think she's more like up in the Virginia,
Virginia.
South
Okay.
Carolina, something like that. It's up in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we take Savan, I see you, but I don't actually see you. So, young DMAC says, is wholesaling still relevant during a recession?
Well, technically, we're not in a recession, but to answer your question, yeah. hmm You do know the world doesn't end in a quote unquote recession, right? Bills still getting paid.
Okay. Let's see here. Savan, I see you. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? How you
Well,
doing? How you
What's
doing,
happening?
Flip man?
What's happening, man?
Okay, so I got a question for you. I want to know if you could comp a property for me.
Yes, sir. We can definitely do that. Share screen.
if you are on TikTok, slide over to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
What happened to TikTok?
Your live access was suspended for violating our hateful behavior.
That's
They are
crazy.
so.
Oh my
What
God.
is wrong
Sensitive.
with them?
Oh my God. Anyway, what's the address, man?
208 Custer Ave with a C.
They couldn't hear you because it went making that comment, right?
It's in Billings, Montana.
Was it about the cats?
Definitely the cat.
I
It was the
think
cats.
I believe.
Yeah, it definitely had to be the cat.
Well, I didn't say it.
I did. Oh wow, the cats! That's crazy. Oh my gosh. They have like this AI that like trolls for certain words. It's like, you said you were off in the cats.
Wow. Oh my God.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. So okay. So this is a pre-foreclosure or something?
No, it's not a pre-foreclosure. It's actually free and clear. Remember, I spoke with you Tuesday about a
Mhm.
property that we talked about that the bed and the bath is not the same that's online. But
Yeah.
that's not, yeah, it's not updated.
Is this the property you're referring to?
Yes, it's 208 Custer Ave.
Okay. Yeah, it's showing 2,052 square feet.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I have the correct square footage and stuff written down that I got from the buyer,
Mhm.
and that
You
is
mean
2,800.
you mean the
I mean,
seller?
from the seller. Yeah, my apology, from the seller.
Well, now the county is showing this unless it's just not updated or whatever. But this is what the county is showing. So
Right.
at this point we have to go by that until someone came out and did an appraisal. They would be able
Okay.
to do those measurements or whatever. So, what is he asking for it again?
Well, I got him at 290. Like it's
290.
locked.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so just to go through this for you guys. Okay, ideally, what we like to do, we got a lot of activity in here, which is good. These are major streets. These thicker white lines. Sometimes you see the thicker yellow lines also, and so we're going to try to stay within those boundaries to compare and come up with a number so we can see what the opportunity here, if any. Um, and I'm gonna do something else here too. But before I do that, let me do this. I'm gonna raise the square footage to 3,000 square feet to see if I pull anything. Right. Okay, I see one for 2,700. I see one for 2,600. That's close. So the one that for 2,700 square feet, it's a okay. So it's a 1925, and this was what, a 1993 build. Am I right? All right. So that one did sell for 509 back in November. I do like seeing that, so that may be a little justified. But that's the only one I see of that size that sold. Let's look at that particular property and see what the condition was of it when it sold that for that much. So I'm just going to Google the address and see if there's some old photos from the listing. Okay, it looks just well maintained, but not per se renovated. Well, I'll take that back. Because that kitchen is modern.
Nice.
Yeah, the kitchen is modern. But it does look lived in. So, I mean, it's not staged, so people actually live there. So it was renovated at some point. It has somewhat of a modern layout to it. So it sold for what did I say? 509, somewhere in there. So I guess that 450 number that you came up with would definitely could be justified. The market has adjusted since then, for sure. And so if we just did the math on it, you say he was in the process of still doing some renovations?
Yeah, yes, he's a contractor himself, but he got a lot going on. So
yeah. All right. So if I just do 70%, right, just sticking at that rule, a lot of people are going left with a lesser number. But if I just stick at that, even with that house being almost 3,000 square feet, you could easily spend 50 grand in it, right? But I'm gonna be a little conservative here, and I'm gonna say 40. All right. And so now we're at 280 right there. What you got it for 290? And so now we got to bill you some money in. So even if I said you only want to make 5,000, so we would probably need to be at 275. What happened here? I had 280 minus 5,000. Yeah, so 275. Yeah, it's a lot of activity. I do like that, so that's a positive. So I tell you what, so you do have it under contract?
yes.
Yeah, just put it out there at 310 and see what happens. Just put it out there and see what happens.
Okay, I got another question too.
Yeah, go ahead.
So earlier you said something about those thick lines, those white lines above. So you say anything above that pretty much is not good for the comp, even if it's under a half a mile radius.
Yeah, you still can use it. Sometimes we try to stay within this area, because I used that one that was where was it? The 540, because the square footage was similar. Let me see.
Because I was looking at something on Clark.
Yeah, that's number.
But that's
number,
on the other side.
Yeah, that's number 8. And where's number 8 at? It must be up here behind one of these.
You just passed it to your left. That's 8 right there, right?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. And what is it? Point 5 miles, so a couple of blocks, not even 3 blocks, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, I would use it. That's the closest thing of that size or whatever. So
Right.
and now I could just take the if I just use number 1, if we just go back and well, what I really like to do is see what's sold recently. So in September, we have one that number 18. What do we have anything that's close by? So number 6 sold for $227. It's 1,700 square feet, and it sold at $131 a square foot. So we square feet, then we're at 366, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's really the way we should do it because that's more recent right here.
Okay.
But I was trying to see
what address is that?
That's 322 Custer Avenue.
Okay.
Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let's look at it though. So don't show it possibly sold with any photos on it here. So let me actually look at it on here on proper and see if there are any photos that were included. Nah, no photos were included on that one. I wanted to see the condition. So, and it is a tough one. With that square footage, it's a tough one because it's outside of the norm there. But
Right.
even with the adjustment that I made there on the one that's one of the ones that's really close to it, because that's on the same street, isn't it? That's really what you want to go. If it's on the same street like that and it's sold for 131, but I don't see the condition of it. That's the only thing that scares me about it, because this one up here sold at 154 per square foot, and then this one right here sold at 164. So but the one that's on the street with is what I really want to go with, but I don't know the condition of it and why it's in when it sold at that amount of 227, but I would assume it was in retail shape. Obviously they can renovate the house to look brand new. So tough, man. I'll just put it out there. Just test the market, put it out there about 310 and see what happens.
Okay, I got another question. I know I got a lot of questions, but I got one more. So as far as like negotiating with the seller, I mean, do you feel like it's valid to bring up that he's overbuilt in the area that he's in? Is that a valid point?
Yes. Tell him the normal size house is under 2,000 square feet. Yeah. Doesn't mean he's going to, agree to it, but yeah, hey, offers are free.
Okay. Right. Okay. I think that's all. Thank you.
All right, my man.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night. All right. So True Fist of the North Star wants to know, does it make sense to keep both PropStream and Privy? And if not, which platform is better?
Okay. So if you can afford both, yes. Now, if you're not, then you're going to have to choose a lane. Are you going to try to market and target properties nationwide through real estate agents? And you got, the earnest money deposit and all that stuff, approval funds, then that's going to probably give you more options at the minimum cost, whereas prop is more created to, you can obviously do stuff virtually, but normally you're going to have to spend more money to market and generate leads if you're going to go that route, unless, again, you co-wholesale, just build a buyer's list and find deals for other buyers. But I definitely prefer to comp through PropStream versus Privy, just from just some recent experiences on some of the numbers and the mapping of one versus the other. So it just depends. Are you going to be virtual on listed properties or off market on properties, and you can still go nationwide or local, obviously. So.
All right. Thank you for answering that. So over here on Instagram, I have buyers but can't get any sellers. Is it North Carolina that's picked over? What is the best way to organize your list of numbers and the best program for the most information about properties?
Okay.
Let me finish the other part. Also, when dealing with like foreclosures.com, is the price they have of the property the price you pay? Like I've seen 3 from my area on there for 33,000, 15,000, 41,000. So 2 questions.
What was the first one?
I forgot to. Okay. In North Carolina, states they have buyers but can't find sellers and wants to know
what are you doing to find sellers? That's what you have to ask yourself. What are you doing to generate leads? You have to pick a lane or lanes, but at least one lane and stick to it at least. So what are you doing to generate leads? That's what you got to ask yourself. Are you doing cold? Have you built a list and cold call those lists? Text message those lists? Direct mail? Are you driving for dollars? What are you doing to some other things? But what are you doing to generate leads? Now, the foreclosure.com thing, I'm not sure about. Really never been to the site that I can remember, or recent anyway. So I'm assuming the price is the price. I would assume. I have no idea, though. I never used it before, even though they reached out to me to ask to promote their site before. But, you know.
Okay. What is the best way to organize your list of numbers and the best program for the most information about properties?
As far as organizing what numbers?
Maybe we're going to say the numbers of who you're trying to contact, your leads, possible leads.
Okay. I'm not sure if I understood. Oh, he's trying to just manage his leads.
Yes.
Okay. Well, man, it's a number of tools out there that you can use. We use a couple of them actually, but if you just trying to stay on a budget, the Google Sheets works fine and it's free. But if you're going to spend some money, which I have a CRM that I recommend, you have to just text me and I'll send you the link or whatever on it. But Slack, Trello, both of those are good to manage your leads.
Okay, gotcha.
We actually go between both of those. So
okay. So thank you for answering that. Let's see here. Also on Instagram, it's only a few guys. Let me go through these. After the contract is signed, do I need a lawyer or a broker?
Okay, after the contract is signed, do you need a lawyer or broker? Well, you're going to need someone to assist you with closing the deal. You don't really need an agent once the contract is signed. Now, as far as an attorney, the only reason they would be needed at that point in most cases is to close the deal. But you really need to wait until you have a buyer because they may not want to use who you're using unless you're just going to let that be a deal breaker and you're only going to use who you're going to use. So, but once you have a contract signed, now you need to find a buyer for it. That's the next thing.
Okay, gotcha. Let me take another question before Omar, I bring you on live. Let's see here. Davion Boykin says, so I got my first house under contract today, but the owner sold it anyways. They can't do that, right? So all that transpired in one day?
Yeah, so yeah, you'd have to explain what that means. You say the owner sold it anyway. You mean they put it on, let someone else put it on the contract also? Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that.
Yeah,
please.
That's a lot. All right, Omar, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. What's going on, Professor?
Oh, I'm good. Yes, sir. Oh, you didn't know I had, let me know I still had it up there.
I just said take it down.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
sir. How's it going, man?
All right, everything's good. How you doing, Adria? How's everything?
I'm well.
Nice. All right, so I had a question. How do you get around a property that's been condemned. I gotta lead the owners. It's a commercial property, it's a mechanic shop they wanting to sell, and they said it was condemned. So how would you work around that? Now, being a contractor, I know we have to deal with the building department and such like that to get that lifted or whatever have you. But how would you play that?
Well, I would probably call the county to see what's needed to get it off the condemned list, and depending on their reply will determine whether I pursue it or not. So you want to know, is it possible to get it off the condemned list? So,
all right. How close are you to Troy, Alabama, out there?
Probably more than that. Probably 3 hours.
3 hours? Oh, okay. I almost had a lead out there, but that flopped. So I was going to do that on virtual, and probably going to reach out and see if I can, put that all together. Being that you're out there, but anything that starts flying out of there, hit you up.
Oh, most definitely, my man. Please do. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, that was all. So let's see how to get around there.
All right. Let me know.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, y'all. All right. Good night. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay.
So between, I said 2, you said 3. So teetering closer to me. 2 hours. Give or take.
2 hours too far.
2 hours too far. Okay.
2 hours, not far enough.
Davion, the Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flipman is the Facebook group. Don't talk about that enough. Yes, guys, you can go over to Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flipman and join that Facebook group and partner up with a lot of like-minded individuals who are interested in wholesaling. Hey, you guys on Instagram, you're saying that you cannot hear. Is that
which one it is? Oh, it went out.
This is out?
Yeah, so you can just plug the other one in there. It went out.
Wow. Was it like dead?
Yeah, it's dead. So just
that would be why. About that, guys. So let's see here. Ruth Ann, thank you. I will pass that on. I will read this so she can hear it. For the lady with the cats, is she a senior citizen? If so, you may want to connect her with a geriatric care manager who can help her navigate through her emotional connection to the house. So yeah, always possible. You can hear me now, Candy Crush. Yes, we did answer your question about 10 minutes back. So if you hop on after the show is over on YouTube, you can hear the response to your question, Candy Crush. And thank you, WGoss_Trey, for telling me that the mic check was good. That's good. All good. Brilliant. So let's see here. Next question. Let's dive into this. I found a property in my neighborhood that is in pre-foreclosure. The owner seems to be a hoarder. No judgment. Lots of cats. Oh, so you got a cat lady too, Ruth Ann? How can I make this happen? Lots of equity in a great neighborhood. So you pull up on the house. The house has stuff flowing out the windows. Does that make or break your deal?
Okay. No.
Hoarder house.
No, one of the biggest deals I've ever did was a hoarder house. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So how does that look? Do you lessen the price because I got to get all this mess up out of here?
It has to be taken in consideration. It's just a repair cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna go with that. What's up, Shaq Smith from Westside D-Town? Thank you for joining us. RJ Cassius Hall, Cash Deal 17. I see you all. Thank you all for joining us. Keep posting those questions in there. You still have enough time to join us live if you would like to. Davion says, I got it under contract today and the owner sold it like 12 hours later. Like, how is this? I
Yeah,
how does that happen?
yeah, we're not understanding. So they already have they would have had to have had a closing already in progress to be able to actually complete a sale, unless they did a quick claim deed or something. But yeah, that's the only way, it would have happened that fast.
Okay. Ramsey, watching through LinkedIn. Woo, I don't
Mm.
see those blue buttons down there that
Oh
often.
wow, okay, that may be the
Yes.
first acknowledgement. I'm not saying that's not the first time
I
somebody made a
have
comment.
never seen that logo down there. Like,
Okay,
no.
wow,
Wow,
okay,
look at Ramsey. Appreciate you.
yeah. Thanks
Appreciate
for
you.
joining us, Ramsey,
Yeah,
from the L.
it works.
It works.
It works. Okay, so Zen Giga HD is a 1 bedroom worth. Ooh, okay. This is a really good one. I like this one. Is a 1 bedroom worth $300,000 in an area that's comps are around that. I got one property under contract that's a 1 bedroom. So imagine you in Cali.
Yeah,
One,
it could be yeah. I'll have to look at the other properties. It's hey, it may be one of those weird situations, a 1 bedroom, but it may be 1,200 square feet. So it just may be an older built house. So we have to just see it and see what it's just hard to answer that question. It's a weird, but we'll still have to answer that question. Or that may be a common thing in that neighborhood. You got 1 bedrooms, but the prices are, in the threes.
gotcha. Let's see here. Roger Dodger. I'm trying to scroll up. After this, we just answered that kind of. Roger Dodger was like, after the contract is filled out, who do we give it to?
After you filled out a contract with a seller, you don't give it to anyone. It's time to find a buyer. All right. Once the contract signed with a buyer, then it's time to choose a title company or a closing attorney. I recommend waiting on a buyer because sometimes they'll dictate that they're bringing the money to the table. Now you can dictate it if you want to, but you may turn some buyers off because they may already have relationships built with title companies or closing attorneys that they want to use because they are, number one, bringing the money to the table, but also they know I'm not paying the closing costs. So it's negotiable though.
All right. Miss Felicia, I see you down there. And I see your private chat. I understand what you're asking about and not wanting to join. I will most definitely forward that to Ty. Can you put your number in that private chat? No one can see that but myself and Ty. Put your number in there and I will follow up for you.
Who is this?
Felicia. You see in the chat? You see the private chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Hopping into
I got an answer for it right.
into the next chat question. Let's see here. Where was I? This is just from Facebook user. I have a land deal and my buyer is short. How can I finance the assignment portion and protect myself in the deal? The seller wants $2,500 and I'm selling it for $5,000. He is short because of a debt that came up at title. I want to get this seller paid. I have some deals in escrow. I can wait.
Well, how much does the buyer have?
The buyer says he can pay $250 a month.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean by that. Yeah, you would have to have. Well, you can still go back to the seller to see if they would be okay with owner financing on that property. Can the buyer come up with any type of down payment or anything?
Doesn't say. It doesn't say. That's all I
Okay.
have.
Yeah. So if that's not the case, well, it's hard to answer the question without knowing what the buyer can come up with. But on those terms,
Mm-hmm.
then again, it's just going to be on the seller. Are they going to be comfortable with that $250 a month?
Okay. So This question is, if a Zillow Zestimate says none for a lot, do we use the 2020 assessed amount? This is needed to submit a deal.
All right. If the what now? Say that
The
again.
Zillow Zestimate doesn't list the price for the lot. Can she use, or he use the 2020 assessed amount?
No, not really. Not really. No. You as I explained earlier, you want to use Zillow to try to use it as a comping tool to see what properties are selling for in that zip code, or you might have to extend as far as the city or the county, depending on where it's located. And ideally, you're looking for pricing that shows a lot of activity because they're probably close to the number, and you can make the adjustment based on your size of your property. Now, there are other factors that go into it. Is it landlocked? Has the utilities ever been there? Is it flood zone, wetlands? It's not that cut and dry or whatever. So, but you want to try to compare likes to likes as much as possible by as much free data, I guess, you can obtain either through Zillow or the county website.
Okay. All right. So, guys, we're about 58 minutes in, and I'm going to throw up the screen grab for the topic of the day. So, can you wholesale
more than houses?
More than houses, not just vacant houses. So, you got an answer for that, Flip?
Yeah. So we've been talking about land.
Okay.
That's one. So you have commercial properties that you can wholesale also. On the thumbnail is showing a vacant building, a former box store. You have multifamily, which is 5+ units or more. You can even wholesale industrial properties, warehousing, hotel, motels. It's all in play. Retail centers, triple net properties, single tenant. Now, not saying even houses are not easy, but a commercial is not easy. But the trade-off is it can be life-changing money on just one deal or whatever. So, but you just have to understand that the end game is the same. If you have a buyer in place on the contract, a seller in the contract, a seller in the contract and a buyer on the contract at a higher price than what the contract you have with the seller, you get the difference. That process still works the same. But evaluating a commercial property is totally different from houses. And just understand that everyone that you're dealing with is investor minded when you're dealing with a commercial property in most cases, unless it may be an inherited property or something. And, that they just don't know anything about it and they just want to sell it because that may have been mom or dad's thing and not really their thing or whatever. So, or the husband or wife thing and not their thing. So, but at the end of the day, once you learn how to evaluate a particular property, and most commercial properties based on the income that the property can produce and or is producing, then you can come up with an evaluation and you backdoor it similar to houses. So there's a lot of content out there on. I just can't get it because there's so many different types of it. But to answer the current question simply, can you wholesale more than houses? Yes.
Yes, sir.
You can. It's endless real estate. And that's why when somebody asks about a recession, okay, so what? In that recession, are they going to make real estate free?
Mm-mm.
If the answer is no, keep rocking and rolling. Opportunities are going to still exist. And then a lot of times in those type of financial environments, they exist even more.
All right, there you have it, guys. Can you wholesale more than just houses? Yes, you can. All right. So, Zen, follow up. Would lot size be an additional factor in value of a property? Will fix and flippers or cash buyers see value in a property with a bigger lot?
It just depends. Sometimes it's irrelevant and sometimes it can be major. It just depends.
Okay. Destiny wants to know, do you have any scripts for cold calling and or a list of common rebuttals and how to turn them into a yes?
Well, I do have a video along with scripts that you can access. If you'll text the word script to the number 205-964-5243. That video there will explain. So I do have a video to help you out with what to say when you're dealing with sellers. But I guess I found it. Boom.
Script.
Script me.
No.
They didn't shut us down on the rest of it. Oh, remember, guys, you can access the one-page contract that I've been giving away for years. Text the word contract to the number 205-964-5243. Boom.
All right. So Robert Collins wants to know, what do I do if I have a real estate agent representing the seller's property and the property is listed for $60,000? I offered $45,000 for the property, and she wants me to put it under contract with $1,000 earnest money. Do I sign or does the buyer sign?
So he found a property that who's asking $60,000?
That's what the property is listed for.
Is that the ARV?
Don't know. Just know that he offered 45.
We would need to know that. If that's not the ARV, if it is the ARV, that is not a deal. Number one, not a wholesale deal. I don't know what the ARV would have to be because I don't have to know the condition. But just based on what you're giving me, if that's her asking price is basically retail price, full price, then that's not even close to being a deal. Not a wholesale deal.
Not a wholesale deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But
unless you can set up some owner financing on it, 100 payments, $450 a month. Hopefully, it's in a $900 or $1,000 a month rental area. Boom, you got something. But just straight cash wholesale deal, and nope. In the famous words of the great Grady Wilson.
Okay. Yes, Michael, join that Facebook group. Michael states, I'm in the Atlanta area and I'm looking for anyone that is willing to work together to get a deal. Contact me. Join that Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flipman group, and I'm sure you can find quite a few individuals in that Atlantic metro area that will be happy to partner with you and work together. So work together, utilize your resources. So we're talking about that, with the real estate agent. If it was a deal, the buyer still isn't who you would have sign that contract, because
no. You wouldn't. No, you're going to sign it. You have no power if the buyer signs it. You have to sign it.
You just cut yourself out.
Yeah, you just cut yourself out of the deal. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So on Instagram, Candy Crush, yes, we did answer both of your questions, but you say a guy told me today he has one for sale, a property for $200,000. He said the property is completely gutted and there are 2 lots, both over an acre. The buyers in my area are not into spending that amount. Where can I get buyers from that deal with that kind of money? I live in Durham, North Carolina. Is it they don't spend that kind of money, or is that not that kind of a deal?
Repeat that.
Okay. Durham, North Carolina has a property. Guy wants to sell for $200,000. It's completely gutted. Sits on two lots, which are both over an acre in size. And Miss Candy says the buyers in the area are not spending that amount. And how can she get buyers that will deal with that kind of money?
And how much is it?
$200,000.
Oh, what are houses selling for in that area?
Probably not $200,000.
Yeah, I would have to know that. It's hard to answer the question without knowing that. I would have to know what houses are selling for in that area.
So would it be safe to say just because someone throws out, it sits on 2 acres of land, so what?
That may not mean nothing.
They
what? May not be worth $500 each.
Yeah.
Okay. We'd have to know what's going on in that area.
Okay.
So
yes. So there are times where it could be sitting on 10 acres. What's the house look like?
Yeah, it could be sitting on 10 acres. But properties are selling for $100 an acre in the area. You know what I'm saying? So they could be selling for 100,000. You know, we have to have more data.
Yeah, she did respond. The houses are selling for that amount, so that's at retail.
Yeah, and the houses are gutted.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's in La La Land. LLL.
La La Land.
We need
okay.
We need to. But that was a
Oh
movie.
my goodness.
No, we can't do that. That was a movie, because whenever you Google it, just come up some cartoon movie. I said it's been ruined a good name.
LLL.
Well, no, La La Land. The word La La Land. The phrase La La Land.
That's like somebody can't coin that. It's a movie and it's a bunch of different things, but like no one person can coin La La
Well,
Land.
I got that from LeBron LeGrand when I was learning about this. He used to say that, "Oh, he's in La La Land."
Okay.
Ever since.
Okay. Wow. I've gone through them all, boss. I've gone through them all.
What?
All the questions.
Okay, good. We've been rolling over an hour. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate Adria joining us. Make sure, guys, check out the training we did on Tuesday. If you want to start virtually wholesaling, this is an inexpensive way of doing it from anywhere. Sitting in your PJs on your laptop. Check out the Flippinar. When you get to the page, scroll down, you can see the actual training. You want to do that. So we're going to have a new video coming out on the text messaging, guys. This is the best way to find leads, probably, if that's going. Text the word text to the number, and you can watch the one that I already have and play or whatever. So what else we got? Make sure you like and share. Please do that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Even if you've already subscribed, go back and tap the little bell, select all, so you are alerted whenever we go live and whenever I upload new videos. So make sure you like and share this, and follow me on TikTok and Instagram and those places. So that's enough of that. If you didn't get your question answered, post them in the comment section of any YouTube video, and I answer those on a daily basis.
All right, guys. That's
Nothing
it.
else. That's
We
it.
out. See you on
We
the
out.
flip side.
Boom.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know 205.